It is finally time as we take Greece to our first World Cup. The expectations from the Greek nation are high. My expectations are high. Let's see how we get on in the world's most famous sporting competition. We picked the strongest squad available to us and players that I know have performed for me at club level and at international level as well. Some of the key men are going to be Panos Restos, who came in from Olympiacos in the January transfer window to Aris, was solid for me at centre-back, and he plays across the back line, so he's a great player to have at the World Cup. Other players, as we know, we've seen through this series, has been the Greek scouser Kostas Tsimikas. He is the talisman of this Greek side. He is the best Greek player on the game, in my opinion. He's the key man. If we keep him fit, we keep him firing, we've got a chance at this World Cup to do something special. I don't think we'll get anywhere near winning it, but getting out of the group stage has to be the aim. Alexandropoulos is the Aris captain and is going to quickly become the Greek national team captain as well. This young man is the key man in midfield. We have to keep him fit. Any injury to him will be disastrous for us. And then up top, this is where we're pretty weak, I would say, in my opinion. The only man we've got is Palvides from AZ Alkmaar. He is a quality striker. He is now Greece's all-time top goal scorer with 31 goals in 58 games. He is that goal scorer I said he would be at the start of this series. And boys, we need something special. Our World Cup group, if you haven't seen the last episode and this is the first time joining, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because this is going to be a special series. We've got Switzerland, Thailand, and the USA. We've beat Switzerland before. If you haven't seen this series, we beat Thailand in a friendly recently as well. And Americans don't play football, so we should be able to beat them, in my humble opinion. The other groups are pretty strong as well. In Group B, if it normally works like it normally does, then we could get one of Canada, Denmark, Syria, or Tunisia. Fingers crossed for Syria. That would be a good game. We'll take that. Or even Tunisia. They're a good side as well. But let me know in the comments below, how do you think we're going to get on in this World Cup? Now, let's see how we got on in this group stage. Switzerland was a very tough game and there weren't many highlights in the game, but we managed to beat them 1-0 with a decent goal from Zolis, the young man putting us 3 points on the board. I said the Americans don't play football and I was proved absolutely right in this game. We scored a ton of goals and it was a load of mistakes from the American national side. We beat them 5-0 on their home turf. A result I did not see coming. I thought maybe 1-0, maybe 2, but when the goalkeeper does that, you know it's going to be your day. Imagine that going against you. We scored a ton of goals. We played brilliant football and we're taking confidence now after that win from the Swiss. But the American defending had more holes in it than Swiss cheese. And we just continued to punish them. Our Gegenpress system, they couldn't play out from the back. They couldn't play their football. We were all over them like a heat rash. And again, it was mistake after mistake and it cost them dearly. Thailand were just about as good as the Americans, in my opinion. They actually scored against us, something America didn't do, but we put them to the sword as well. 6-1, that confidence after the American game. The Greek spirit is up, and there's a feeling of something special going on in this camp, but we absolutely put Thailand to the sword, as we should, as we did in a previous friendly as well. And we won the group with 9 points. It was an unbelievable achievement. I personally, realistically, thought we'd maybe get 7. But 9 points out of 9 is unbelievable. We're going to play someone fairly decent in the next round. Hopefully we can progress as far as we can, because we're having a tournament to remember for the Greek nation. There was no real shocks in the group stage of the World Cup. We won our group. Denmark won theirs. Somehow we've ended up having to play Turkey, which, I don't know, it used to be A versus B, but, you know, Turkey's a tough tie for us. They're a good side, so that's going to be a big test. Greek versus Turkey. What a derby game to have at the World Cup as well. A lot of history between those two nations. I guess the only shock you could say is Scotland won their group with Italy and Morocco in it. Somehow. Who knows? It's Scotland. They've done bits before. They're doing bits again. Brazil and Belgium are through. Netherlands, Suriname, Australia dropping out. Suriname are a great side. They would have a better team if the Netherlands didn't poach most of their best players as well. Norway winning their group with Argentina in it. Norway looking very, very strong. France, Mali, Peru, England, Germany, Congo, Nigeria, Colombia, Japan, Portugal, Austria, Chile. And to wrap it up, Ivory Coast won their group with Croatia and South Korea, which led us to the second round draw. Having a look at it here, it's Turkey versus Greece. That's a big game for us. Italy versus Belgium, big team going out. Denmark and Congo, well, it's in anyone's game. We do play the winner of Netherlands versus Chile as well, so we're hoping for a Chile win in that game. We've beaten the Netherlands before, though. We seem to be drawing the same sort of teams we get all the time. The biggest draws I can see in there is Suriname versus Scotland. What a games I have at the World Cup. Come on, Suriname. Let's go, boys. France, Uruguay. I mean, England, Senegal is a big game. Peru, Portugal, and Croatia, Nigeria. There could be some shocks in this round. The big derby game against Turkey was a tough one, but we came out on top. Even with 10 men, we absolutely battered them. The grumble door tactic absolutely came on top, and Zolis, with the World Cup career to remember, has provided Palvidis with the first goal. We did get a man sent off as well, as you will see. Bajikatas did a two-footed tackle on, I think, Cengiz Ünder. No, it was Semi. He just absolutely killed him. There was no need for that. And at this time, I was thinking, it's going to be game over. They're going to come back. They've got great players like Cengiz Ünder, the Gula, them sort of players there. But they didn't. They really didn't. We came back and we had all the chances as Hats puts us 2-0 up in the game. And there was late drama, as you will see. Turkey, after this, they put on the gas and they tried to come back in the game. But it wasn't to be enough for them, as they couldn't come back in this game. It now sets up a mouth-watering tie. We are 1-1 against the Netherlands. They are the 4th ranked team in the world, and we play them in the World Cup round of 16. It's Greece versus Netherlands. Are we gonna progress? Can we beat them and progress through this World Cup? I don't see it happening, but stranger things have happened. In the second round, there was probably only one real shock, if we're perfectly honest. Suriname beat Scotland, so Scotland fans are going to have to hold that L. But yeah, it was fairly straightforward. All the big teams are through. Apart from the Germans, they are out. And then we take a look at the round of 16 draw. Us against the Netherlands, Belgium against Denmark, Switzerland have got Suriname. Suriname, come on, you can beat Switzerland. If you can beat Scotland, they can beat Switzerland. I'm telling you. Japan, Brazil, Norway, Ivory Coast, Austria, France, Argentina, Croatia, and England versus Portugal. It has been a key thing in this series so far. A sending off changed the game. It was a big sending off for the Dutch, as the Valkis put us 1 in front, but they wasn't to be denied, as they came straight back at us. Noah Lang, honestly, I have nightmares when I see him, and the forgotten man, Timber, hits the post, and Xavi Simons was just run through the defence, and that was a poor goal to concede. It went into extra time in the end, but it was that man again, De Valkas. He played a 10 in this game. He played for the badge, and we went through. We beat the Dutch, and we've beaten them twice in this Save Series so far. We are the surprise package at this World Cup. The round of 16 had some great games, and Belgium beat Denmark after we beat Greece. Switzerland had a last-minute winner to beat Suriname, so hats off to Suriname in this competition. Brazil beat Japan. Norway look like they're probably going to win this World Cup. Erling Haaland is scoring hundreds of goals. The overpowered Ninja Turtles team beat Austria, and Croatia beat Argentina. England had to go to extra time to beat the Portuguese, and it sets up the quarterfinal ties. We've got Brazil. It's not going to happen. Brazil, #1 ranked team in the world. We're never going to get past them in a million years. Belgium got Switzerland. Norway got England. France got Croatia. It's been a great World Cup, but can we do anything against Brazil? I don't personally see it. Brazil game was a nervy one, and it was all Brazil at the start, but Casemiro did put them in front really early on, but we wasn't done there. The grumble door tactic magicked up some moves, and we came back into the game with an unlikely goal from an unlikely goal scorer in Cardiff man Siopsis. He finessed it past Alisson Becker to make it 1-1. But it wasn't done there. Brazil were battering the living Jesus out of us. And it took it to extra time. And it was this man, Neymar Jr., the hero of Brazil, finessed it past Barkas. He had no chance. It was a brilliant goal. And at this point, we were down to 10 men as well. Panikopoulos did a mad tackle, but we wasn't to be denied. Grumbledore had some magic left in it. And Restos, the Aris man, whipped the ball in to find the hero of this World Cup for Greece, Zolis. And Becker has a nightmare not saving that. We took the game to penalties. And we absolutely had a heartache in this penalties. It was quite straightforward, the first few pens. But when we got to Palvidis, he did miss. And we went through on penalties. With the quarterfinals now done, there was no shocks apart from us beating Brazil even on penalties. Belgium beat Switzerland. England beat Norway. Norway was one of my tips. I thought they was going to go all the way. They didn't quite go all the way this time. France beat Croatia. And that sets up the semi-final. Greece versus France. No chance. Brazil, they're not got the same quality as France. France have got the overpowered Ninja Turtle and the rest of the players. Belgium versus England. It's going to be an England-France final, in my humble opinion. France was just a step too far, despite us doing so well. We kicked off with the goal to make it 1-0. Dembele's corner. We conceded 2 from corners. Saliba with the first. It was 4-3 after we got down to 10 men as well. France, they just had the quality that we didn't have. Barkas really should have done better with that goal there. But we can't argue with him. He was the hero in the last game. The Ninja Turtle stepped up to make it 3-1 to France. And at this point, we were down to 10 men and looking out of the game. But I thought I'll go very attacking. If we get beat 8-1, we get beat 8-1. But let's do the Greek nation proud. And that's exactly what we did. The Valkas. And then Palvidis tapped it in on the line to make it 3-2. But straight from kickoff, the French were not to be denied in this game. Ninja Turtle out wide just kept running at us. And Zaire Emery, the man of the moment in real life and the man of the moment on this save, finessed it past Barkas to put the game really beyond us. But the Greek spirit doesn't die and it lives on. We tried our best. We kept fighting to the last minute. And we got a third one back. France only beat us by a goal like they did in Euros qualifying all those years ago. We go on now and we try and qualify for the Euros. We lost to the eventual winners of the World Cup. France beat Belgium 3-0 and the overpowered Ninja Turtle adds another World Cup to his collection. It was an unforgettable tournament for Greece. We did get whooped in the playoff game against England. They beat us 4-1, but at that point the boys' heads weren't in it. I genuinely believe if we got to the final, we would have done Belgium as well. But hats off to France. We'll go again in the Euros. We've got the Nation Leagues before that. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because this series has got so much potential.